All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kojo Manifest. Today, just gonna be my first serious content creation YouTube video or whatever. Um, so talk a little bit about myself. 25. Uh, from Los Angeles, California. Been here my whole life, or you know, so born and raised. Let's see, specifically like South Central. Um, want to talk about I make music. I'm really big into music. Um, let's talk about some of the being in Los Angeles, being connected with music so deeply. I feel like I've been very deeply connected with music my entire life, but being in Los Angeles specifically and being connected with music, I've had like the opportunity to see tons of people, like artists and stars, and to have musicians and see them in concerts and things like that. So let's say I'll start with there was a, I'll start with a time where I felt one big one for me was I met musician John Bapp at Amoeba Music. That was pretty huge. That was a really crazy experience. And it was happened to be on the same day that musician Shafiq Hussein was doing a signing for his album, The Loop, and that was really cool. It was just with my friends out in Hollywood at Amoeba Music, and that was really fun. I've also seen Mariba. The, she's an Ethiopian artist that makes music. She had that song Black Truck. She has a song Black Truck. Got to see her perform live while and I've seen see some other artists that I really enjoyed seeing were eBay. Saw them perform. Princess Nokia. Saw them perform. I've seen. See, this was at Coachella, so at Coachella I did see Princess Nokia perform. She was really amazing performer. It was a real good vibe there. I saw King Cruel. I really enjoyed them. Saw them perform there. I also saw Beyonce. That was really great. It was a really big production. Okay, but specifically in LA, let's see. I've ran into some. Well, I haven't really. Have I run into celebrities? I guess I ran into Lakeith Stanfield one time at this party. It was at a Carifo. She was having a birthday party that I attended, and I ran into Lakeith Stanfield there. Some other people. Let's see. Can't necessarily think exactly clearly, but there's tons of people really. I let's see. I've also seen. Okay, so most recently this year, I've seen Flatbush Zombies, Yves Tumor. Yves Tumor. I mean, let's see. Who else? I don't know. I've seen Tori Moore. I'm not sure if I saw Tori Moore this year. But concerts are a big thing. I tend to go to a lot of concerts, which is weird because I do not enjoy concerts. Something about it, it's just I don't really like concerts. I love the artists, they speak to me, and always looking for like that next level of engagement, of like connection with the artist, I guess. And I just never get it. Or even with the audience, with like just being like sort of into being in tune with the music with the other audience members. It never seems to, I never seem to get that level of like engagement or like connection with the audience that I feel like I get when I'm listening behind my phone or something like that. One example would be with the artist Imogen Heap. I went to go see Imogen Heap, and it was just so like, because I love their music like so much. Like, I mean, like it really, it's like, it just sort of speaks to my soul and just like gets me going. But I never really. So it was, anyway. So I went to the concert, and there were tons of people there, and it's like tons of people, and I really felt like, okay, yeah, this is great. I feel like all these people came out to see this incredible artist, and we're all like big fans of the music or whatever, of their music, and so but it was a lot of sitting. Like, the music was incredible. It was great to perform, but it was great to see them perform. So it went from like, maybe it was like 2 hours, and like something like, it's almost like, I don't know what it is, like I feel like the need to get loose, like drink some alcohol, or like smoke some marijuana or something. So it's like, or like do some sort of substance that's gonna help me to like connect with the people around, and like, but or like to like open up or something, to like feel more connected to the vibe that the music is setting. But I didn't really feel that. I mean, like, so anyways, but it's almost like, what I'm trying to say is like, it's weird. It's like working up the courage to like talk to a girl, or talk to a person that you like think is attractive or something. So it was really weird. But anyway, so it was so I was there for like 30 minutes, and I think like I was a little late to this Imogen Heap concert, and so it was like 30 minutes. I went with a friend, and so I'm just there. I'm like just sort of sitting, and it's like this, the digital screen. I did feel like a really strong connection to the artist, but it was weird. Like, in the concert venue, it's like it's like a stadium, and you're all in your seats, and it's like, what do you do? Do you just like sit back and like smoke a cigarette and like, yeah, this is great. Like, this is what an amazing artist. Like, oh wow, stellar. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I mean, I was sort of called to like get up and dance, but I'm like, I already feel like such a spectacle, like being like 6'3" and like black at an Imogen Heap concert. So it's like, I don't want to be up there like dancing, like, not that like I don't feel totally, not that I wasn't like I didn't feel safe, but I sort of felt like, I mean, towards the end, like I was like, okay, yeah, like, all right, I felt the crowd starting to loose up. I felt like, okay, like, yeah, we're feeling these tunes. Like, these are the tunes that get us grooving, like moving in our solitude, when we're feeling comfortable. So, but I definitely, at one point, I felt the crowd starting to loosen up. That was probably one of the most, like, uh, that was one of the most, like, spectacular, like, concerts that I felt, where I felt like a move towards, like, engagement of the audience, the crowd, and the people around, and the artist and the performer. But it didn't last long. It was like, I think, like, that sort of movement, I was like, I was there, and it's like, okay, so I got like 30 minutes to feel this massive release of like my spirit, or what have you, chakra, or what have you, to and share it with the with the group of people around me, with the audience and performers who can engage into this dance or whatever. But anyway, it didn't happen, but I could feel it starting, and that was really nice. Another time where I felt like that was, I felt like that at an eBay concert. That was like one of the moments where like the music was really speaking to me. Like, I mean, like, what I felt like really engaged with the artists and like the crowd, like the vibes were there. It was really some amazing music. Um, and I went with a friend there and my mother and their mother, and that was really fun. And this one was, the venue was like, there was seating in the back, but there was also like a nice little section pod of like standing where you can like stand and dance. It was like a smaller theater, not like Imogen Heap, which was at the Greek, which is like much larger. And outside, this one was indoors, small indoor theater. Another one was I brought up Princess Nokia. That was really fun. That was really fun. I didn't stay long, but it was at Coachella. Excuse me. I know people don't like that throat itching noise. This was at Coachella, and it was uh, it was in a it was in like one of these rooms. Like all the other performances were like outside on these different stages and venues and stuff. This one was indoors. It was really cool. Like, it was like really matched the energy of Princess Nokia, the performer. It was like the room was like graffiti everywhere. It was like, I mean, it was like the energy was really strong there, and that was just an all around good vibe. I didn't stay very long, but it was a really good vibe there. Um, I've been to a lot of, well, a few, I say, not a lot. I've been to a few, feels like a lot because I've seen so many um, amazing artists. What are they called? Festivals. I've been to a few festivals. One of the most, I would say, I kind of want to say like, there's a few disappointing festivals like that I was really hoping that were going to be a lot more spectacular. One was Smoking Grooves, that comes to mind, and that was like, there were like tons of artists there that were really I've how would I describe them? Just like really pioneers, like really trailblazing artists for like this generation, my generation of music. So there was The Roots, Eric Badu, Masego, Raven Lenae, Phony PPL, um, no, a few others that I can't really. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. The Smoking Grooves. I don't know which year this was. It was probably 2017. Yeah, no, this is Nas, Miguel, Tory Moore. No, this is more recent. This is 2022. Let's see, what's this one? Okay, I'm not gonna find it, but yeah, definitely No Worries was there. Anyway, it was really great. That one wasn't so bad. That one was like that one was pretty fun. Um, the only thing was it was in Long Beach, so I mean, which was cool. The setup was really weird. I felt like I don't know. It was cool. Like it was a cool like starting. Felt like apparently it was like the first one in like 16 years. It was really cool. I think there was like some great. It was very what's the word like. It's very much in its infancy, but it was very promising as far as like the artists that were there, the type of people and the energy that was there, and yeah, the only thing I would say was like the sound system was not very great, and that's about it. The sound system wasn't very great, but it maybe like it seems like the most one thing that I'll say about these festivals is that it would be cool if like these artists like work together to put on like a great performance. I don't know if they do, like a stellar experience. I don't know if they do, but it just seems like they come in, they do their bill, and then they dip. But I feel like if these artists were like sort of working in tandem with the venue people and like the promoters and planners or whatever, like it probably would create a much more like stellar experience. But I will say that I mean for this particular Smoking Grooves, like you can see like the type of musicians that are on the build, like they all sort of fit into a similar soul like category. For example, like the Roots and Erykah Badu, for example. So specifically, like the Roots did an amazing job. Like I felt like they like were able to feel the energy of the of the festival and like really set the stage for like a great experience. Along with Erykah Badu as well. She came on like at the nighttime, so it was pretty interesting having, or they came on at nighttime, so it was pretty interesting having like Erykah Badu at night, but it was like cold and like, but it was pretty great. Um, then there was FYF Fest. I don't quite remember what year that was, but it was an amazing, amazing, amazing uh, like lineup. There was let's see, FYF Fest. I'm gonna look it up. FYF Fest Exposition Park. FYF Fest. So this was. Okay, here we go. Here we go. definitely didn't have these people. It's kind of hard to believe that these people even did this. In 2015, I'm looking at 2015. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I think I went to the 2017 one. Yeah, that was really fun. 2017. So you got Missy Elliott, Bjork, Anderson .Paak, Flying Lotus, Slow Dive, Majid Jordan, Angel Olsen. I'll just start with the people I saw. I saw Missy Elliott, Bjork, Anderson .Paak, Flying Lotus, um, Kirk Knight, Frank Ocean, A Tribe Called Quest, Erykah Badu, King Cruel, Thundercat, No Name, Seun Kuti in Egypt 80. I did not see Princess Nokia. No, Solange. I didn't see Rella Jules. Lil Dragon. Muramasa. Wow, I'm like looking at this. I'm like, wow, okay, there's some really great artists here. Anyway, I went there and it was really fun. There was a lot to do, and that was like an experience because it was like just nonstop, just art and like music and creative stuff, like creative food and like good food and like it's really nice. It's kind of low key. It was in Los Angeles, like Exposition Park, which is always like really low key. It's very rare that they have like, with the exception of something like FIFS, like very rare to have an event of that size in the heart of like Los Angeles, specifically in a very central part of Los Angeles, where it's basically like in the middle of like a hood. So it's like in the middle of the hood where they have such a big showing out of creatives and put so much money into it to attract like people who are into underground artists and or so underground artists and things like that. And it was really fun. It was really fun. Went with my family, and only thing I would say about that was like, it was great. Tons of people, but still really fun. Sound systems were amazing. It's very much festival. Like you're gonna go there, you're gonna stand with a bunch of people. It's gonna be impersonal, but it was still kind of very personal just because of the sheer amount of artists and musicians that were performing. And of course, festivals like this, like you have creatives of their own there as well, bringing their own creative energy. Like myself, I'm creative. I make music. I do art. I do all sorts of things. So every basically individual that's there brings their own creative spirit as well, and everyone sort of shares in that. So it was interpersonal. It was somewhat impersonal, but it was also very personal because it was almost like a kind of could double as like a networking event. That's how like amazing it was of how much creativity was present at this concert. It was like if someone had brought a laptop, like you could boom make something right on the spot and like perform it the next day type stuff. Make the next big song and perform the next day type thing. So it was really a cool uh, experience. Uh, One of the standout performances for me were Flying Lotus. I thought that was really dope. You had like 3D glasses you'd put on, and there'd be like a light show with all these different uh, like yeah, all these different images. And that was like really cool. It made his music like a lot. It made it a lot more immersive, and that was a really fun time. Let's see what else. I've been to. That was great. So those were a few. So I've seen Tori Moore a few times, Thundercat a few times, Yves Tumor a few times. Let's see. Um, and who else have I seen? Hip hop artists. I've seen a few like rap artists, like, but I couldn't really get into it. Not my thing, really. But I mean, not. So I think I went to Hard Summer one year. I saw Travis Scott, and Lil Uzi Vert. Those were the standout performers. I didn't really enjoy like Travis very much. I don't know. It was like I didn't really like the crowd, I guess. I mean, the crowd did what it was supposed to do. Like they did their mosh pits and stuff. I just wasn't really used to it, so wasn't what I was expecting. But if you go there expecting that, then it was spot on. Um, let's see, and I hadn't really listened to a lot of Lil Uzi Vert at the time, so I didn't really understand the music, I guess. Um, who else? I feel like I've seen like a lot more performers, a lot more artists. Um, hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much okay. Well, I did see an artist by the name of Laraji. That was a really fun time. I mean, that was like a really cool. It was very uh, not a super popular artist, but musician. But it really makes the type of music that like I enjoy. Type of music that's ethereal and positive and speaks to the nature of the universe and stuff like that. And that was really cool experience because it was very low key, and it was just present in this. It was like a little club and a little room, and it was just Laraji and another person, and they were just on their instruments. Well, it was just yeah, and just a bunch of people just sort of sitting down and just enjoying the music. It was really low key. It was in like a small, very small like club venue, and it was very personal. There was like not much to differentiate between the artists and patrons, the attendees, the crowd, the audience. But it was so it was very much like a exchange of like energy between the musicians and the audience, and that was probably one of the most. That was probably one of the more like that was more intimate concerts that I went to. That was just on another level, like cosmically, and the only thing that I sort of the only drawback was that like I'd gone out there by myself and it was like late at night and I didn't talk to anybody and it was just, but I felt the energy. I was there, I was present, but afterwards like I didn't talk to anyone and just sort of laughed. It was like, but it was one of those like events that I was just like, what's next? Like, what's next? Like, does it really end here? Like, the night's over? Like, it was one of those events that you would want like to continue to do something afterwards. Uh, but it just sort of ended. Like, there wasn't really a closing. I don't know, but that was fun, and yeah, uh, I feel like I feel like this like I definitely feel like that there's a level of my own like qualms with like concerts today is that um, is has to do with the fact of like technology and like screens and phones and things like that, because they just don't bring the energy. Like when I'm like, or the energy is just not like, for me, like when I'm thinking concerts, I'm thinking something like, not that standing around us, but I want to go to a place where it's gonna be like Soul Train. Like I'm trying to go somewhere like Soul Train where like people are dancing, having good times, moving energy around, you know, being like in tune and being their authentic selves and just spreading that positivity around. But not necessarily with the with the focus. Not necessarily. I don't want to have to be like, oh, I don't want to be around people that are just loud talking, snacking, picnicking, drinking. I mean, not always. There's a time and a place, but a lot of these people, like, I'm trying to like, you know, I want to be active. I want to see activity. But yeah, so unless it's like one of those type of concerts like Laraji where you can sit and you can enjoy and you can like just sort of feel the cosmic stuff or just around you and just be engulfed by the sounds and go on a journey with the artist. Um, yeah, I will say, like, I did see Dave Chappelle at the Hollywood Bowl where he got where he got attacked like on stage, and that was one of those experiences where it was it was really good. It was really positive. I could feel like the presence of almost everyone in the audience. Like, this is something, and this was something that I'd never felt or that I hadn't felt in like years, from such a mass population of people. Like, from such a mass population, I hadn't felt that in years. Probably since I was a child. Like, I hadn't felt that type of feeling of like attentiveness from such a mass population. And it was at the Hollywood Bowl, of all places. And basically it was and so what Dave Chappelle did was he had taken away everyone's phones. So the entertainment everyone was focused on the entertainment. And it was. I mean, that was that was that was that was pretty amazing. Like I could feel like sort of everyone just really focused on what was going on, and you don't really get that from like you don't really get that anymore. Um, and I gotta say, I'm guilty too. Like, I'm sometimes I'll go to a concert. I'm like, what do I do? Like, should I record this for later so I can play back, watch it back? Which I have found to be a lot better because, like, I'm just not receiving that type of, I'm just not receiving that type of fun that I want to from concerts uh, that I go to. So I found that like recording them, then playing back and rewatching them as like is more of a it's more of a it's just better. Like I can take the experience with me and I can watch it. I can say, okay, that there was people there and people were and it was an experience even if I didn't feel fully present myself and I didn't feel the presence of everyone there. I have the images of that and I feel like the images were like are they'll do like they'll suffice. um I got that. Um so so that's what I've been doing. I did that at the Yves Tumor concert. And I also felt like because sometimes like taking experience with you without the use of like your phone and recording it is something that I had tried to that I try to do, but I found that to be like not really possible at a lot of these different events. So yeah, I sort of digress from that. Um, but especially without the use of drugs and alcohol, like especially without the use of drugs and alcohol, like it's probably best to just record it, go home. And that's another reason why I like watching. Like for example, I watched Flogna over the like I watched it live in my room, and I was like, that was perfect. Like that was so worth it because a lot of these gigantic spectacles of thousands of people and one person on stage with a mic. It's just like it might as well be on the computer. Like I might as well just be sitting at home watching it live and enjoying it that way. Because I don't because like, it just being in person is almost like for me it just seems like it's just not worth it. Oh, another I did go see. I almost forgot. I went to go see. Went to this. I went to what was it called? Desert Days, and I only went one day. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. So there was one of the main people I went to go see was Spelling, Tori Moore, and Yves Tumor. And that was really fun. There was very few people there. It was really I mean, it was really a good time. It was really a good time. I just sort of was like not how do you say? I just wasn't really something about it I wasn't really feeling. Not that I, not that yeah, yeah. Sometimes the vibes are just a little off for me. Where, like, but other than that, I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, it was great. It was like in the middle of nowhere. Like, it was at like Lake Paris. So it felt like you were in the middle of nowhere, but there you weren't too far out from LA. Um, it was really like a campground site. It was like a park type area. There was families camping just a little bit. I mean, one, you could camp there and stay because it was like 3 day festival, but there were also like people just out enjoying the lake and like fishing, like on the just on the opposite side. So it was very low key. It felt like it was like home style. Like it felt very like a local type of concert, but also somehow secluded, but somewhat secluded. And it was I mean, that was like really fun. That was really fun. And especially because what you're getting is like super talented artists, musicians performing, and like it was like a vacation. It was like, but like it was amazing. It was really really amazing, and super fun. Um, would go again. But yeah, that's basically it. As far as like festivals and concerts that I think I've been to, I'll probably post a video talking about some other ones and other stars and people that I met. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, I think. So, thank you for your time. Bye.